All right, what is up? Welcome back to the third in this little mini series thing that I'm doing, where I'm unboxing 15 long boxes worth of stuff. There's quite a bit of it. This I've essentially been overwhelmed and flooded with it in the studio here. It's across the desk here. And just everywhere with boxes as I'm shifting it out of old boxes that are old and musty into new fresh boxes that I picked up. So hey, glad that you're popping in and seeing this, whether you're watching it live or on the rewind. This one's not going to be very long. I'm just going to kind of finish it up. A lot of these books you'll see start to kind of show up in different places. You can follow me over on at expensivepaper.co on Instagram. That's like my sales page. I did that to try to keep the Carl's Collects Comics page from, having too many like random comic photos for books for sale, and to try to keep it organized. That seemed like the best way to do it. So I'll be putting a bunch of stuff there as I'm still going through it all. It's been a lot. And it's been taking up a lot of extra time, but I'm enjoying it because it's it's kind of cool to go through and see all these memories. I'm going to be flashing through a bunch of books here, and I'll have actually stacks of certain issues that I'm going to be pulling into it. But yeah, it's good to see each of you here. What's up, El Green Machine? Good to see you here for the first for the third time. There you go. What's up, Louis V? Good to see you. Dagger Cards, glad that you're here hanging out as well. There's El Green Machine again, and then Las Cruces. Good to see you hanging out here in the chat as well. I know there's a lot of programming going on, so I'm not going to take, like I said, I'm not going to take very long with it. But there's some cool stuff here. I think one of the biggest things that's holding it up right now is just I am waiting to go and pick up a whole bunch of bags and boards. Because I do need to put fresh bags and boards on a lot of this stuff, regardless of where it's going. I have a full short box and probably enough stuff for a second short box of books that are going to be going to a school that I'm doing some contract teaching at for media. They know about the YouTube channel, and of course, the kids love the idea of comic books, so I'm going to take those over there and give away some of those. I'm also going to be giving away books to an upcoming event where it's books for the military. And in fact, I think the care package we're putting together for my son, who's on base. I'm probably gonna put some comic books in there, just some stuff for him to flip through. So anyway, so that's kind of where things stand. And then I found out we have a neighborhood garage sale. We're only allowed to have 2 per year, so we're going to. I'm actually going to take out this full display thing that I have. It has a whole bunch of the comic books, which is roughly about, I'd say, 10 of the long boxes. 5 have been absorbed in here, and so that's why it's so crowded up here. But I've got about another 10 long boxes that I'm going to just wheel out into the driveway, and for people who come by to shop for comic books, just sell them at $1 a piece. So that seemed like a cool way to kind of just try to winnow down some of it. I know, Dagger. I probably could, but the question is, are they even worth it to ship? Because it's fun stuff, but it's like it's still like dollar bin stuff. Now there's some cool stuff mixed in. I'm going to show some of it tonight. And it's the kind of stuff that, like, in a local comic shop, you'd find it for like $3. It would be just like $3 for filler back issue stuff. And that's cool, but it's like, it's just, I'll be winnowing it down. And then, like I said, if you're a channel member and there's something that you see that, that makes sense to ship out and take up space, then let me know by all means, because there is some cool stuff in here. Like, I don't know if I showed this, but this is actually one I'm going to hold on to. It's in terrible shape, but I remember watching the show as a kid, and I'm just going to kind of keep an eye out to see if I ever come across either of the two stars for this Superboy, the comic book. So this was not the regular ongoing Superboy title. This was tied to the TV show. Because most of the time when a show comes out, we've seen it even modern day in the CW stuff with Flash and Shazam and just all kinds of different characters and shows. When there's a show that comes out, they'll go ahead and come out with an accompanying comic book, which will tie into the universe of the show, but not necessarily main comic continuity. So this happened to be one of the books, and so I'm gonna hold on to it and see if I ever run across them at a convention to have them sign it. So yeah, I'll just get started with some stuff here. So Justice League Task Force was kind of a ForceWorks-esque title, just a separate team that came out in the 90s, early 90s, and it was led by Martian Manhunter. But yeah, so I had issues 1, 2, and 3 from this one. I remember picking this up as a kid. I mean, it's written by David Michelinie, so it's not bad stuff. It's just one more Justice League title. So, I'll for nostalgia, I'll probably hold on to these. Metamorpho, I've shared about. He's coming soon to the new DC universe. So I've picked up a few of those books. I think I showed those off last time. Same for the 90s Catwoman. To me, this is always a good one. This is issues 1, 2, and 3. And I have a few copies of 1 floating around here. Then, if you remember from the Batman, the Broken Batman storyline, Azrael was one of the characters at the time, written by Dennis O'Neil. And so this was a cool one that I had actually already had a copy of a while back, of Nightwing versus Azrael. And so there's not enough for it to be like a run of Azrael books, but there's some cool books there. This is one of the fun ones. That's this is part of the Funeral for a Friend storyline that I think I'm going to have close to a full run of those. So this one's going to end up in the PC and kind of get filed away for that. I've also got I've got inside it. There's some of them are like double bagged, so it's like I don't even know what the second book is. So okay, so this is Detective Comics number 873, by Jock. So this one, I had to pull this out of the bag, and then Detective Comics Annual number 12 from 2011, with an Art Germ cover. That's a pretty cool book. These will probably end up in the PC. Maybe. I don't know. If they turn out to be something cool that can be a giveaway, I'll do them as a giveaway. Let's see. We've got 52 Aftermath. Yeah, these are two to a bag and board. So these will go into the PC with my 52. Because I'm a big fan of the 52 Weekly series from about 10, 15 years ago. Man, El Green, I haven't even gotten into digging for Mart Jewelers, which I'm sure some of you are probably astonished by that, but I mean, it's a ton of books. And I'd have no way to check every book for Mart Jewelers. Now, I mean, once I get them subdivided and broken down, then yeah, I might check a few for Mart Jewelers, but I don't see any. I'm pretty sure that those would have been pulled from these before they got to me, because this is not going to be like this is not like a collection. This is like backstock and like shop backstock, like true dollar bin books. Now, yeah, there's some stuff that's a little over $1, but there's not really anything it's like over $5 a piece. Like, I think possibly the most valuable book that we found might have been that Meteor Man #1 that I gave to JT. And I think that's maybe like a $5 to $10 book max, but most of this other stuff is kind of in the, and I don't know, I mean, a couple of these Green Lanterns and some of this stuff might end up bumping up, but again, there's not really. I don't think there's going to be any Martin Jewelers in this one. I mean, I will be checking some of it, but a lot. It's just in some cases, it's just going to be a happy accident for whoever ends up with it. Yeah, yeah, El Green. I'm probably. I mean, I'm probably the third. Yeah, that's gone through them. What's up, Wolverado? Good to see you hanging out. So this is 52 Aftermath Crime Bible, 5 Lessons of Blood. I didn't even know this happened when it came out. The 52 series was in 0607. So this is number 1 from that. And then this is a really cool cover, though. I do like this one. This is number 2. And then I guess it's some of the Deadly Sins, maybe. And then number 3, and then number 4, and number 5. So it's all 5 issues. So I'm definitely going to keep it and read it, but I've got to break it out into more manageable, into their own individual bags and boards. Here's some more Superman stuff, including some. Funeral for a Friend issue number 5, which is the one of the cover, and then I've got this bag that includes okay, well, there's another copy of 70, the second print. Oh, now that might be something there. But yeah, so it's Funeral for a Friend 5. These aren't even, or I don't know why these are just double bags. So just more of this, and then another one of these. This is a second print. I don't know what the other one was, which print it was, but again, like I said, I think out of all the '90s Superman books, the first appearance of Doomsday, all 3 printings those are probably the most valuable ones, and there were none of those in this one. Because now that's like an $18, $20 book or more, depending on the printing and condition. So here's Steel number 2. So I've got a Steel number 1 down here that'll go in there with him. This one was really cool, though. This is probably about maybe, I don't know, this might be $5 or $10 book, but it's a direct edition. So DC Comics released the Millennium editions of Golden Age and Silver Age classics. So this was one of them. I've never heard of this, but this will definitely go in my son's box. Stories of the Army and Navy. Well, I don't know. On second thought, as a Marine, he might not be a fan of this. But military comics, yeah. So the ones that have the gold foil embossed seal can actually be, a collectible book. I don't know how rare this one is, but this actually has was the first. This was the first edition, and it starred the Blackhawks. I don't know if it's a reprint of their first. The Golden Age Aviator soars for the first time. So maybe this is the first appearance of Blackhawk. So I might have to look this one up. But yeah, this one will stay in the PC. And, it's just a fun book. I had a ton of these Battle for Bloodhaven books, which I love the cover for these painted covers. Okay, that's kind of cool. PTSD comics. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like war comics, I wish war comics were more popular, because I think, in soldier comics, because I think those are neat books to have, and they're great. They make for great stories, but, it's not always, it kind of, I think, goes in ebbs and flows. Here's a couple more of the Bloodlines annuals that I was showing off in orange. And then here are a couple more of the Superman books. So, if nothing else, the PC is now going to have a full set of the 90s Superman books. All right, then here is just a huge stack of 90s Batman stuff. This is the actual I sorted them into Batman title. So there's a ton of these that are going on here. And then the Detective Comics stack is not as big, but it's there's still a lot more of those, and there's a lot of the zero hour stuff, because that was all being published at that time in the 90s. Here's one cool thing that I found. I haven't looked up yet. I think it's all 4 parts. I think there was only 4 parts of it, but from the pages of 52 was a series called World War III, and there's two sets of 1 through 4 for this title, and this is a cool one. So there's 2 sets of this one, this World War III, book 1 through 4, and the same here as well. So there's 2 sets of those. There's a couple of Shadow of the Bat books here, which I happen to love these. I'm going to try to build a second complete set of the Prodigal storyline. That was the first time that Dick Grayson finally took over as Batman. I love it. It was such an amazing story, and really the only reason why it couldn't work is because they just couldn't have Bruce Wayne not be Batman for the long term. But for several issues throughout the end of '94 into the beginning of '95, Dick Grayson was Batman, and it was a 12-part storyline. These are 2 of them from Shadow of the Bat. So I'm going to try to build a full set, so the next time we do a classic storylines thing, I can give away the whole set. But again, it takes time to go through all this and try to see if I have a full set, and so I can put them together. G.I. Joe, man. G.I. Joe has seen a massive resurgence. Dagger cards, massive resurgence. And those books, I'm glad I completed the run when I did, because those books have shot up in value, and there's a lot more people looking for them than there ever were. And El Green, it's the Batman stuff is cool. It's just like this is part 1 of Prodigal. And here's another copy of part 1. So I'm pretty sure that I've got a full set. It's just going through it and trying to get it all done. It's that's the biggest thing going on here. It's just the time soak it takes to go through all this, which it's starting to catch up with me. It's been crazy to just go through it. All right, so here are even more. So Detective Comics. This is very 90s stuff. Batman, Detective Comics, Batman again, another Bloodlines. Here's Catwoman, number 6. I'm going to have an early run of Catwoman, number 5. These were pretty good covers on these. Detective Comics. This is a cool one. Superman, the Man of Steel, number 30. Written by Simonson with art by Bogdanov. I think I'm saying it right. Lobo versus Superman. So, and here's another Bloodlines. So these were cool covers. This was like these claymation. It was a 2-part series. Both parts are in here somewhere, but it's like these little kind of clay maquettes that are storyline was a Gotham Tale, and the other one is Batman. And so this is the more common one. Batman is the less common one. So then here's Superman with the new look for Bloodsport right here. Then Detective Comics. Here's another one of my all-time favorite Detective Comics books. Batman Detective is this one. I love this cover because I really like the character Catman, and then I love what Gail Simone did with him in the Villains United and then Secret Six, but they kind of had to kill off Secret Six because Secret Six was a more popular Suicide Squad book than Suicide Squad, and so they had to kind of bump one of them off, which sucks, because it's almost like a political thing. So this is one of my favorites of all time. This issue, I just love the silhouette of Catman and Catwoman teaming up against Batman, and then it also featured a loose, I think it was a loose big cat, I don't know if it was a tiger or a panther that was loose in Gotham City. This Norm Brayfogle cover is just fantastic. I love it. It's another one of those ones that I remember from childhood, like the demon one I shared on this past Wednesday on the giveaway show. But I just love this one. So, and the story was good. I mean, because this was back when they could tell a really good story in just 2 issues. And I so miss that. I miss that about comics today, is that everything has to be trade paperback length, and 5 and 6 issue storylines. I miss the single issue stories, which we still see some of those, but I really miss those 2 issue storylines. So this is a favorite right here. Maybe I'll try to build the 2 storylines and give that as a giveaway. What's up, Steven Spot? Good to see you. Well, Rod, there's never enough time until you make the time. I've been trying to downsize and have 4 long boxes that need to be sorted. Need to take a day off. Let me tell you about it. As I've gone into business for myself, doing just media production, and this channel is a part of that business model. But as I've gone into business for myself, I've watched, as I've gotten more clients and busier, I've watched my time just shrink. So it's better because there's more income, but I just don't have the time to go through a lot of this. I'm back at that place where I don't have the time anymore. So I don't know. You're right. I have to make the time for it. I'm gonna have to fight and arm wrestle to make the time sometime in the next couple of weeks, maybe Thanksgiving week. I don't know. We'll see. All right. El Green Machine says, in Superman books, be on the lookout for the original 3-part series Origin of Firestorm. That's right. It was a backup story. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye. Somewhere I have that list of those. I need to keep an eye out for you. That means you're doing good work. I hope so. It's I'm trying. So I'm trying to keep it going. But I really want to focus more on the channel. So we got even more stuff here. Azrael, Agent of the Bat, more of Azrael. This is a really sick cover, number 9, and then number 3 here, number 43. Oh, and yeah, this one. I'm grabbing all these because some of the books did an annual that was a year 1. So the 1995 annual for Azrael is a year 1 story. So I'm definitely going to be I'm definitely going to pull this aside to read it and check it out. Here's another Batman. All right, here, now we're getting to the good stuff. Okay, so yeah, this is fun stuff right here. So many good memories. All right, so there you go. These are the 4 cardstock variants that came out for the Return of the Superman, to kick off the reign of the Superman. This was the first appearance of the Eradicator, known as the Man of Tomorrow. This was the first appearance of, let's see, that was the Eradicator. This was the, yeah, okay. That was the Eradicator. This was the Superman, or I mean the Cyborg Superman. I think this was the Cyborg Superman. Yeah. I think this one was Eradicator, and this one was Cyborg Superman, or I got it backwards. It's one of those two. And then this was Steel, who of course is still going today. So Man of Steel, and then Metropolis Kid was the Superboy clone that we've come to know, that we came to find out was the clone of spliced DNA with half Lex Luthor and half Superman, which I thought was awesome. Okay, yeah. You're right. El Green and Southern. Yeah. Eradicator is green, and then Cyborg is blue. Yeah, because I think what it was the black on it was meant to symbolize the damage that he sustained. Because I remember when Lois Lane was when he's talking to Lois Lane is kind of analyzing and saying, well, the damage that was done to Superman is where the cyborg portions are. So I think the dark was meant to kind of, because it was red herrings at that point. They were trying to say which of the 4 was going to be the actual Superman replacement, but the truth was that none of them were going to be the replacement. They were all additional characters. And I liked each of them because I just thought it was cool. Here's Adventures More Superman. This is a fun one because this is Armageddon 1991. So that's a cool. I just really I like these 90s books. Then yeah, so this is Superman number 687. This is when Superman starts coming back. So check that out. I mean, how can you beat the 90s when everything had a huge print run? All right, but I got even more. This is where it starts getting fun. All right. Look at that. Look at that. How crazy is that? None of the above. That's right. All right, so yeah, this is wild to have this many of them, and none of them. Yeah, they've all got dings. They've all got some spine issues on them. But these are fun books that are just really cool books that could that they're just fun. All right, so then here's this one. Oh, this is a fun book right here. Look at this guy. Cauldron was a 90, and this is when the 90s hair, Superman mullet thing was huge. All right, look at that. How beautiful is that? Oh, God, I love the foils from the 90s. So they're just fun books. It's just good stuff. And then here's some more Adventures of Superman books, including the annual for 1996. And then just some other fun 90s Superman books. Some of these will, once I pull a couple, we'll end up I'll end up doing stuff with them for either donation or sale or something. I think most of the damaged ones will go for donations. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten how many there are. This whole long box is pretty much just all Return of Superman stuff. And then look at this. This is crazy. Look at that. This is why these books will never command the value that they should. Like, for the importance that these books contain, right? Like the storyline and first appearances. This is exactly why. Look at that. Look at that. And this isn't all of them. This, like, that stack, right, that I just showed you. I just added it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. It's all the same comic book. Yeah. No, Wolverado, I love it. I love the reading, but that's the crazy part to me, is that something as significant as the death of Superman, the introduction of 4 new Superman characters, all the events that took place during the funeral for a friend, the return of Superman, the reign of Superman, the return of the actual Superman, all the significant story pieces that happened during that time period, it just got flooded by a ton of just massive overprintings, massive ordering, because everybody went into a local comic shop at that time and bought 5-10 copies thinking it was an investment. And it was the 90s were an interesting time. I loved the books, but it was just an interesting time to be, have anything to do with the comic books. All right, so same magic trick as before. These are all first appearance of Superboy. And then, just all these. So, just crazy. It's just a ton of them. So I have a ton of the greens and the Superboy ones, which I just need to pull a box and just another fresh box and start pulling them like that. Now we're getting into some stuff that's a little bit cooler. That's lesser print run. So Punisher 2099, number 28, when he becomes an agent of Shield. All right, switching gears to Marvel. Here's one of the most 90s of characters, Nomad. I liked Nomad as a prepubescent boy. So Nomad, I liked it because he was just cool. He had the long hair, the trench coat, all the tropes of a 90s vigilante character. They teamed him up with Ghost Rider and Wolverine. And he was just in Darkhawk. They were all like super 90s-esque characters. All right, so here's something that some people might think is cool. Doom 2099, issue number 12. Got a few of these. All right. And then, I'll probably have, because Nomad was Jack Monroe, one of the former Buckies from Captain America. So he was a former Batman sidekick, or not Batman, Captain America sidekick. So here's issue number 1. So I probably will go ahead and keep a run of Nomad. And here's just more Doom 2099. Here's another issue. Here's another copy of number 12. And number 4. Yeah, I'll probably have a run of Doom 2099 once it's said and done. I don't even know that there was a number 1 in here of Doom 2099. But I've got a bunch of random issues from it. Here's one that will be kind of cool, or maybe this. Y'all tell me if this would make a good giveaway. Cable number 1 and 2. I don't know. That might end up being just a something else. So, all right. Uncanny X-Men. I'm trying to remember what the controversy was in this one here. This is not showing up well. It's reflecting so much light. Apparently, if you only read one X title this month, this issue must be it. Here's number 305. Yeah, I'm telling you, Nomad, man, he had the mullet working. His mullet out 90s, the Superman mullet. Uncanny X-Men 306, 308. I don't know, I might throw these in the run. 309. Here's X-Men Adventures number 6 from season 2. I'll drop that in the X-Men Adventures one. All right, here's some Wolverine books. There's a couple Wolverine books. I've been pulling all the Wolverine books because I know I have a couple of my channel members at the appropriate tier who are Wolverine people. So I am thinking of you as I'm pulling some of these. Uncanny X-Men. It's Wolverine. More Uncanny X-Men. Uncanny X-Men. What's it called? Annual from 1993. Sabretooth. Wolverine. More season 2 of X-Men Adventures. Uncanny X-Men 307. Wolverine 76 with a really cool Dwayne Turner cover. Here's more. Oh yeah, here's Uncanny X-Men Adventures season 2, number 1 in a newsstand. So that's a cool book. 303, and then a number 11 from Uncanny X-Men Adventures. See, a lot of these I just have to go through them. And I just pulled all these just going through. That's what I was saying was I had my 4 piles and these just got put into the bring inside pile to go through and check condition and stuff like that. So somebody was saying that 305 was a first appearance. Yeah, so this is first appearance. I'll set that aside and look at that later. And then here's another copy of 303. So, yeah, just a lot of this kind of stuff. Oh, there's one coming up that you're going to want to see, and yeah, we're doing good on time. Punisher 2099, number 11. All right, I may pick up some because I've been collecting Punisher, so I may keep some of those. But I mean, they're all so torn up that it's just kind of a thing. So this is Justice League Europe number 6. I have a signed copy of this by Bart Sears. And this is actually, I think, a first appearance for what was her name? Something Fox. Something Fox. She was a minor villain for Justice League Europe. So that's a key. So I pulled that one. Yes, for my Deathlock run here, number 7. When he faces off against the Punisher. I don't know if that's if I even have that one, but I haven't checked it yet. Uncanny X-Men Annual from '94 here. Marvel Collector's Edition X-Men number 2. Oh, this is a Pizza Hut reprint. Okay, that's kind of cool. So that's from that's a pizza reprint. That might be something. Yes, Gambit number 4, right? From his limited series. Then let's see, X-Men Adventures number 2, season 2. All right, so that's another one that'll be in the PC, I think. Punisher 2099 again. Silver Sable in the Wild Pack number 8. Yeah. Tech Worlds number 5 from William Shatner. I have a couple copies of number 2 for that. I was gonna have him sign it when he came through, but when I was at a convention that he was at, but these signature prices are they're out of crazy. Yeah, I've been setting them aside for you, and I think Dagger also was. Whoever put Wolverine as one of the characters that they wanted me to pull for, I'm pulling all the Wolverines for y'all. Let's see, Bloodseed. Number 1, I have no idea what this is. I don't know. It looks so cool and 90s to my 12-year-old brain, but it just, I know it's just taking up space. Here's Doom 2099, number 5, number 10. And no, El Green, they are, if you look closely at them, if you look like I always keep an eye out, but the problem with stock like this is the corners. The corners get kind of rounded, and there's nothing you can really do about that once it's been done. I mean, I'll keep an eye out, but even then, at this point, grading books is not what it used to be. So even a 9.8 of a random book, nobody's interested in buying it. They'd rather buy a stack and then try to sort through it and press and clean and whatever themselves. Punisher 2099, number 12. Some cool stuff here to read. Oh, yeah, this is one of the ones I wanted to... This is why I pulled this. Okay. So this is Doctor Strange versus Dracula, number 1. So that's a fun book right there. Let's see. Yeah, no, El Green, I still keep an eye out for him. But and thank you for the shout out on that. And Dagger, no, the boards are yellowed, but the actual books themselves are not. So I'm kind of, I've kind of been looking. What I've learned is that when you see that kind of burn, the acid burn around the book, like on this one, so this Wonder Man number 3 here, all right. If you see if you can make out the acid burn around the book is usually fine. It's just the acid off gassing from the pulp in the pages is doing that to the book. But also, yeah, so that's Wonder Man number 3, Wonder Man number 2, and because I needed another copy, Wonder Man number 1. Let's see if the poster is still inside of this copy. This is this book was a little bit in demand for a while when they were actually thinking that the Wonder Man's the okay. I mean, this isn't bad. It's not it's I don't think it's, yeah, I mean, it couldn't be a 9.8, but is the poster there? It sure is. There it is. Crisp, never unfolded. And yeah, this book is actually, I don't know. I mean, it could be a 9.0 to 9.2, maybe. See, but the thing is, it's just the corners and the spine that take. I don't know if the camera will catch it. I don't know if I can get the camera to do it right now, but bottom line, the spine, it's a little bit of nubbing on it, and the corners too. Although I don't know. I mean, I would say this is, as is maybe an 8.5 to 9.0, and then with a press. But I just don't know if you could get all these tiny little divots out of the cover. Anyway, I mean, but it's fun. It's a fun book, and it's still high grade. Oh yeah, look, check this out. I don't know if you can see that. You can see the burn. You get, like, in person, you can see the burn of the back cover, the acid burning onto the backing board. That's when you know that the book has been in there for way too long. I have a double signed Wonder Man #1. I want to grade. Yeah, I mean, I think signed books, especially now that CGC is doing that since they bought JSA and they're releasing those books, I'm going to be sending in some books. I was just giving them some time to figure out this whole banana bending the comic issue thing. All right, here we go, folks. This is a hot book right here. X-Force #1 with trading card, but the bag is upside down. Let's see why is the bag upside down. I have a feeling somebody took it out of the bag, and then yes, somebody slit the bag, opened the bag. Yeah, so look, the bag was cut open, and what is it promising? Official Marvel superhero trading card enclosed. Well, they did include. It's still here. The trading card is still here, and it is Sunspot and Gideon. Yeah, that goes in there. I got to put it in a new bag and board because that thing is pretty trashed. All right, last but not least, this is the last. I brought a whole long box up here. Shove two into here. Got a few more books left. Let me see what they did. These bags are so grimy. Okay. Let's put this in Aberon's box. Silver Surfer #35, bagged back to back with Uncanny X-Men 229. If you're worried about the way I'm handling it, it's because you can't see the back of it, which is trashed. It's definitely not gradable. It's definitely a dollar bookish type of thing. Okay, so let's see. Or X-Men #14. Oh, here's another X-Men. Here's X-Men Adventures, but they have like a bunch shoved in the same bag. I hate this when it's like multiple comics to a bag. This is one that I'll hold on to, but it's damaged, though. It needs a. Oh. Are you signed, Mr. Marvel Masterpieces? Somebody. Hang on a second, folks. I think I stumbled across a signed book. Check this out. Okay, y'all tell me in the post. Okay, so this is copy of Marvel Masterpieces #2. All right, featuring Wolverine on the cover. It's from. It was one of those compilations where it's a bunch, basically a bunch of pinup gallery work. But the cover is signed in ballpoint ink. This is Bill Sinkovich. Y'all tell me if you think, is that his signature? If you've seen it, if you've seen his signature, if you know his signature, drop something in the comment and let me know, is this his signature? Because it might well be. Wait, what's weird is that okay, now I'm taking a look at this book real quick. Yeah. Dagger card's like, I'll take it and check it for you. Yeah. So what Southern Comic Geek is saying is that their signatures change over time. They usually go from more pronounced to more of a scribble or a scrawl. So now I'm looking. I don't think this is a paint marker that because okay. So this Dr. Doom Glenn Fabry has that at the bottom, but I think that's pre-printed on there. I don't know. This is interesting. So it's definitely, there's a George Perez work in here. I mean, these are some cool paintings. I had set this one aside to kind of to keep an eye on it because I was interested in the art. And one of these is an artwork book. However, I'm wondering if, I don't know, I'm going to take a look at it because if he's signed on the cover, then this could be, this could be a cool one. So that's interesting. Oh. And then, oh gosh, look at this. You can't even see how grody this bag and board is right here. What's up, Christina Payne? Good to see you hanging out here in the chat. Southern, I'll snap some pictures of it and see what you think. So this is X-Men Adventures #9. It's pretty beat up, but it's a fun one. And then, and then Southern, So my son's a fan of Silver Surfer. So now this one's water damaged. It's moisture damaged. It is a cool book with Thanos, but it is moisture damaged. So I'll probably, there's not really much I can do with it. All right. So apart from keep it and read it. So here's Sabretooth Classics #3. X-Men #34. That'll go into the personal collection run if I don't already have it. The Jim Lee X-Men run is the one I'm most interested in collecting and holding. I have 1 and 2 signed by him and Chris Claremont. There we go. All right, so here's Marvel Comics Presents #109. Pretty cool book there. Ghost Rider and the Werewolf teaming up, and then Uncanny X-Men Deluxe. When they were doing deluxe things. #320 with it. This is a Joe Madureira. cover, and it's also, it looks like it might be a Wizard enclosed book, so I'm not sure. I did not. I opted not to, just for for a variety of reasons. Let's see, X-Men number 14. This one is torn up from the floor up. Yes, Cyberforce number 1. Got you covered with this one, or what I think was the ongoing, like volume 2 or whatever for Cyberforce. This was the Mark Silvestri contribution to the Image universe. And then, I've got some Brigade number 1s by Rob Liefeld. This is one of his creations, for which I think I'm going to hold on to most of these just for fun. Figure out something fun to do with those. Magneto number 0 with some really nice foily goodness on it. Wolverine number 73, 74. Another copy of 76. Covered by Adam Kubert. This is Wolverine number 99. Not deluxe. Of course, Ripclaw was everybody's favorite Wolverine ripoff. Here's another Adam Kubert Wolverine. This is issue number 102. And then issue number 103. And then here's one I remember from childhood, the Uncanny X-Men annual number 11. I remember this is back when the brown and blue John Byrne outfit and the Storm Mohawk era. So what's up, K-pop junkie? Yeah, so the Image 90s titles were not bad. I was partial to Silverhawk myself, or no, Shadowhawk. Sorry, Shadowhawk. Because I just really love the character design, and I like the whole idea of the character, the mystery character. So I enjoyed that one. But I also, I was a fan of Jim Lee, so I wish that I wish Wildcats had been a better read, but I loved it because of the artwork, because it was Jim Lee, and I have an autographed copy, the gold one, around here somewhere. So that was kind of, let's throw that away. That's not necessary to put onto like that. Okay. All right. So I think that's gonna. So then, this is the empty box. Here. This is the long box. You can tell it has seen better days. So this one will be trashed. And I'll do something different with it. All right. Here's the 10th from Top Cow and Image. The cover by Tony S. Daniel. The 10th Dark Dawn number 1. A lot of these don't have bags and board, or they don't have boards in the bag, so it's hard to hold them up. This is kind of a cool looking book, so I'm going to probably hold on to these, see if I can get them autographed or something. This is one for my son, because he picked up a Nexus graphic novel several years ago and read it, and this is just like a super cool crossover. This is Magnus Robot Fighter and Nexus, the two of the number 1. So this is the two of them. So that'll go in his box along with that Silver Surfer. Then here's Doom 2099 number 14. Whoa. And then Spider-Man 2099 number 2, which I already had a full run of those, but okay. Almost there, folks. Almost there. I had this one last short box I wanted to show off real quick. But if you got to log off, I know it's coming to an hour, so thank y'all so much for being here and hanging out with me. All right, here's Superman, or Superboy, losing it from his title. It was written by Carl Kessel with Tom Grummett and Doug Hazelwood doing art. Here's a random X Factor, number 32. That's a really cool cover. Versus, then here's Superman, another Superman, and then a bunch of Outsiders, a whole stack of Outsiders books. Enough to, I don't know, make me say I might do a run. So this was the older version, like a previous volume of Outsiders. That was number 11. And these are the Judd Winnick. Judd Winnick is an amazing writer. So this one goes, these Outsiders books go with that previous volume, right? So that's those. And then I've got number 20 because the masthead is different. So I've got those. And these are like dollar books. There's number 20. I really like this cover. Can't tell who did it, but that's a really cool painted cover right there with Katana. That was number 38, Judd Winnick. Here's a few issues from when they did the 1 year later storyline. This is coming straight back into it from the 1 year later. Here's 3 copies of number 36. Then here's 5 copies of number 34. With Metamorpho in the mix. The team was led by Nightwing at this point. Then here's number 35. So there is a complete storyline that I may pull for it. Number 23. I think that's Starfire. That's not Starfire. That's that other really tall, larger lady. There's another copy number 20. Number 13. This is pretty sick. Number 37. This painted cover. Just really cool stuff. You can really see it. These were a little bit warped already by the time I got them. Ultraverse from Malibu Comics, Ultraverse Mantra Spear of Destiny number 2. Not sure why this one got pulled. That's definitely not. Okay, here's a Wildcats. I don't know why these are mixed in with Outsiders. Here's Outsiders number 5. And Outsiders number 26. Batman makes a guest appearance, so that's kind of a cool book. It's a throwback because in the original the first volume of Outsiders, Batman was the leader of the team and their liaison. Then here's number 27. Here's number 28. This is the same person who has like this painted style, and he did the Battle for Bloodhaven covers, which I really like. This is number 28, so I really like this style. I don't know I'll look up who the artist was later. And then here's number 29. Here's another copy of number 38. And another copy of 38. This is cool. This is what I live for right here. Outsiders Divided in issue number 21. These two going head-to-head over the team in the direction of the team. I like. And then Outsiders number 13. This is Judd Winnick and Tom Rainey. Return of the Fearsome Five, first introduced in what's it called? Identity Crisis. It was one of the Crisis books. They were first introduced. Oh gosh, okay, so many more books. There's so many books. Yeah, we'll call it a night now. This is just getting ridiculous. Books after books. Ending it with what I called one of my favorites, Shadowhawk. Number 2. Had some of the best covers, but I just really like that storyline. Here's more X-Men Adventures series season 2. Then more Cable. Here's number 4 and 12. I probably have enough for a full run of, not full run, but And that's the thing. It's most of these. It's not going to be like full runs like this countdown book that had all 1 through 51 issues. This is, these are more scattered. There's going to be like missing issues here and there, and so okay. The Inferior 5, one of my favorite. Yeah. Carlos says stacks of comics. Yep, that's right. Yeah, hey, make sure and follow on Instagram at expensivepaper.co. At expensivepaper.co. That's my sales Instagram account. So if when I talk about selling books, that's where I'm going to post them. There's a lot of books on there. I've still got some books to add from this weekend. There's plenty of vintage books that I'll be throwing on there. For fairly under market value. So if you want to just be able to pay direct and not have to pay fees and then build a box and stuff like that, that's a good one. And like I said, I have a ton of books to post there that I will be posting there in the coming weeks and months. So I'd encourage you to follow the page and then keep an eye out here. So coming up Wednesday night, make sure to tune in for another episode of the Giveaway Show. This is the last in this series of streamings about the 15 long box haul that I brought in. So you can go back and watch some of the other ones to see it. It's just tons and tons of 90s stuff. Like you can see stacks upon stacks of comic books are everywhere now in the studio here, the loft. So, but I have plenty of boxes. I just need to get more bags and boards so I can change them out. And then so giveaway show is coming up on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. So make sure to tune in there. Also, please do consider becoming a channel member. I know some people have asked about the ads for the giveaway show. If we can hit 25 channel members subscribed, then I will turn off ads for the Wednesday night giveaway show. There will not be commercials playing during that, just the ones that I play. Also, be on the lookout. I'll be launching a brand new Friday night show, so you really want to be paying attention for that one and watching it. And then I've got a couple of top 10 videos and a couple of other types of videos that I'm going to be dropping. And make sure and go check out. For those who wondered what is going on with Gold Key Comics, they responded to me today and told me that issue number, I think it's 4, is in the works for the Boris Karloff Mysteries book, and they're working on that and getting that put out. But I just recently did an unboxing. It's if you scroll down to hauls and unboxings, you'll find that book, or you'll find that as well as all 3 parts of this series. So make sure to check them out. Check out that unboxing because they, if they launch a Kickstarter, I mean, I'm sold on their Kickstarters after that first one because it was fantastic. The stuff that they sent, the way they sent it, it was beautiful, and it was just a really well done Kickstarter, and they followed through, and it was just really, it was really well done. So I highly recommend checking them out for other stuff. As time goes on, as they launch other Kickstarters, I would back them. Like if you like the story or the creative team, then I would absolutely back them because I really enjoyed reading it, and then I love the way they sent the stuff and what they sent because they sent a lot of cool stuff with it, and they were not, it wasn't like they were trying to say, hey, give us a good review or anything. I was just another Kickstarter backer, so I loved it. So y'all take care. Have a good night. It was good to see y'all, and I will see y'all on Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, for the next episode of the Giveaway Show. All right, y'all take care. Have a great night.